What's a what if scenario you genuinely think would have made an amazing episode? If they took stuff that happened in the films and changed important choices. Or even if they added characters that they didn't have rights to previously, like what if the X-Men existed during Civil War or the Infinity Saga? I feel like this is what the series should have been for. Instead, it was mostly nonsensical stories, even in Season 1. The only episode one can think of that follows this formula is Season 1, Episode 1. What if the other heroes had been snapped? We needed more things like the OG Doctor Strange episode. Something like, what if Star-Lord was sacrificed for the Soul Stone instead of Gamora? What if Ned became Hobgoblin? I would never want a live-action version, though. What if Odin had been a better parent, and Hela, Thor, and Loki grew up as well-adjusted siblings? The Avengers may not have formed a coherent group at all, and Thanos would have arrived with Earth having just a scattered band of heroes. It fell for the trap of creating a mythos. A series of separate episodes, the occasional two-parter maybe. But for some reason the series chose to be another overarching, world-ending plot. It would have been good if it pondered the questions what if? The issue I always remember was what if the Fantastic Four had other powers? What if the serum gave Cap laser vision, Hulk super speed, Thor used magic, and Tony created force fields instead of armor? What if the Avengers had stopped the snap only to have to flee Earth when the Celestial emerged? What if Clint became Moon Knight instead of Ronin? What if Bruce Banner made his way to Kamartaj instead of just hiding in India? What if Scarlet Witch was the twin who died? My friends and I came up with a few that would tie in different areas of the universe, including what if the Red Room took in Wanda, Orphan Girl in Eastern Europe? That's their whole thing. What if Akaris was the first Avenger, teams up with Wunwu, Namor, Thor, potentially Agatha, etc., would be set late 1700s, early 1800s, and what if Starforce fought the Guardians? Carol doesn't turn good, but then she and Quill bond over being from Earth. Iron Man vs. Su Wunwu. I honestly expected them to do it. What if Captain Marvel never came to the rescue? S.H.I.E.L.D. failed to find the scepter. Wakanda never opened their borders. Hawkeye sacrificed himself for the Soul Stone. Slyvi did not kill He Who Remains. Odin casted out Loki to Earth instead. Wanda does not close the Hex. What if Thor killed Thanos in Infinity War? Do the Avengers have a second civil war on how to use the stones? Some for like Wanda, Star-Lord and Thor, others against like Doctor Strange, Iron Man and Cap. Do they simply resolve their differences like they used it to bring back loved ones they lost because of Thanos, and then they divide the stones amongst each other? What about the Eternals? Without the snap, they would emerge in 2018. What if? Continue telling the Kong story that got scrapped. What if Rhodey was given Captain America's shield and Falcon, and the Winter Soldier? Sam doesn't want it. They ask Rhodey. At first he's disgusted, but would realize if not me they're gonna give it to somebody else. At least if I have it, it's still in Avengers' hands. Which could also create a mini civil war. I actually thought seasons 2 and 3 were more consistently good, whereas season 1 waffled between greatness and mediocrity. I want a what if of all the loose-end villains that cropped up in Easter egg scenes or TV shows where they form a league of bad guys who get casually unalived in side shots from other movies. Like they were trying to get revenge, but didn't even get noticed, as they got whacked Final Destination style on the edge of the camera. At the end, it was all Watu protecting the timeline by taking them out. What if Wolverine had killed the Hulk? What the Avengers movie would look like if they kept Kong. I know What If didn't touch on Netflix-era shows at all, but the one I think would have been the most interesting is, what if Jessica Jones successfully rehabilitated Kilgrave? Bro has such an insanely OP power, I feel like him not only living but becoming a superhero would have huge implications on the world. I mean hell, Infinity War would have been in the bag for the heroes if they had Kilgrave to just walk up to Thanos and make him snap his own neck or something. I know they probably legally couldn't. I forget how it works. If Marvel can use any Spider-Man stuff in animation or not without a ton of legal talk or it being a Spider-Man specific show, but a story about what if the Guardians found the planet of symbiotes? Would be fun. There was a one-shot comic where the Venom symbiote swapped from Guardian to Guardian, and those designs were too good to not see in action. What if Frank Castle's family survived? What if Kong didn't smack his girl? What if that mouse hadn't freed Ant-Man from the quantum zone?